Hi guys, let's go do a get ready with me, shall we? Okay, so last Saturday I did a live stream and I went back through the chat, so I have it here on my phone. All of the things I wanted to reply to that I didn't see while it was happening, I thought we would do that. Oh, first you guys gotta look at this. Look at this dog. I think I saw that on Instagram or something and I wanted it, so I took a screenshot of it and I just keep it on my phone because I don't want to get in trouble. Look at this dog. I love little Maltese puppies anyway. So I've got all of these on here and I wanted to go through that. Oh, I'm going to start out with this moisturizer. This is by Pharmacy. It's Daily Greens. They actually sent this to me and look, it's green. Because it's Daily Greens. I quite like Pharmacy, don't you? Anyway, so I'm going to put that on. And we're going to do the eye look that several of you were asking about in that live stream. And then I'm also going to answer the questions that I didn't see in there. Because how rude! I know. It makes me feel really bad when I go back through it and then I see that I was like yammering and I totally missed. People are like, Mary, Mary, Mary. First of all, for everybody who was going, hi, Mary, and I didn't see you, I'm sorry. I'm a loser. Hydrating as that was, I want to use my Skin Refine Zone over my pores because, well, I want my pores to not break through with oil later on in the day, and it could happen. I'm going to go ahead and prime my lips here with my MAC. Oh, I've missed you so much. And one of you was telling me to get this lipstick called Mehr. I think that's how you say it. And I did. And while I was there, I got another blush and refilled my lip primer. I'm so stuck on MAC. We're going to use it again today because I'm loving it that much. I don't know why I ever put my studio fix up. The first one is actually thank you to Sandra, my special Sandra in the UK, and Emily Sales, who were saying that I guess Robert and James Walsh were live at the same time I went live, and they left there. They left for ours. Wow, thank you. That's quite a compliment, I think. Okay, so the next one is from Land White. She says, I'm curious about what happened with the laundry snow mess from last week, what caused it. So before I answer Lan, I want to say what happened to last Saturday's live stream. Last Saturday's live stream was cut off abruptly when the power went out. All right, but that is not what happened. What happened was Shy Guy came home from work and he didn't even tell me. He just immediately goes into the kitchen and starts putting this under the cabinet lamp that we bought. We bought this a while back along with something else in the house that needs to be put in, but he has been working so much. Praise God. Thank you so much, Lord. But he has been working so much. He's been too busy and he's tired. I'm not going to badger him and go, by the way, can you put that lamp? It's getting really hard for me to see what I'm doing in there. So I said, when you get home tomorrow, I would like for us to do that. Okay, I was going to help him. Well, he came home early and didn't even tell me. I guess he heard me filming and didn't tell me, went in the kitchen and starts doing this. Then, so that he doesn't electrocute himself, he goes in and trips the breaker for this room accidentally. That's what happened. So the power went out here in this room, not the rest of the house. That's what happened. But the thing is that when that happened, it didn't allow the video to shut down right or something. And so what happened was a lot of you couldn't see. I'll go ahead and link it in case you've not seen it and you want to. It wouldn't allow you to go to my channel and find this video. It said it was processing for like 24 hours, but it would let you see it in a feed. Oh, and then there was like 24 ads in it when I finally got to it. There was like 24 ads in it. Wow. So I had to delete all of those. And then I took screen grabs of all these chats of things that I missed. So I know that there's several in there that I grabbed from several people, like probably 4 people were asking about this eye look. It's all Sydney Grace. It's not the Enduring Love palette. It's just singles. So the first one I started out with is this shade right here, and it's called Predictable. It is a matte, and I'm just going to take my Wayne Goss number 16 and come into this. All right, so then Land White said, I'm curious about what happened with the laundry snow mess from the last week. What caused it? Okay, that is in 2 Saturday live streams ago. And what happened was, you know, my son has been having his clothes go straight into the washer from work. And he had a manual in his jacket pocket. And he just came in and he took all of his clothes and he put them in the washer and then got the washer going so that later I could just go in there and put the clothes in the dryer. But that manual got chewed to bits, and it was, I don't know how many pages this manual was, but yeah, it tore it completely up, and it was all over everything, inside the washer, on the floor. I mean, it was awful. It was everywhere, and it took me a long time to clean it up. And so that's what the snow is, okay? The snow was this manual that got tore up in the washer. I took movies of it so that he could see the damage he did. This shade is constantly sold out. So I will link the website below. I get nothing if you buy these shadows. There is a coupon code that I have for the Fritzy family that will allow you 15% off anything not on sale. Or I'm not sure if the Enduring Love palette it works on now or not. I know in the beginning it didn't, but you know, I don't know. I'm just lightly building this up. All right, the next one is wanting to know about these eyeshadows. And that was CK, Julie, Hope. All right, Connie wants to know, where did you find that case? She's talking about this. It's my phone case. I showed it in the live stream. I will link it below. I got it on Amazon. There's 2 shades that I use. The purple ones that I'm sure everybody was going gaga over is this one here, and it's called Deliverer. I love the Christian names of their shadows. Deliverer. And then this one here was kind of new. It's called Totally Worth It. And I'm going to put Totally Worth It on the inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to take Deliverer on the rest of it and up toward the crease. I'm going to use my Refer 01 and I'm coming into Deliverer. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And when I finally get that whole new camera lighting setup figured out, I keep running into all kinds of problems, but when I finally get that all figured out, you should see how much more beautiful these shades look when light hits them. I'm going to flop this brush over to the other side and come into Totally Worth It. And then I'm just going to get from the corner and pull right into it. The next one is from Carrie Colonel, and she may have been talking to someone else, but it seemed like she was asking me if I had any tattoos. And she may have asked that question because I said that if I get my ears ever pierced more again in the future, that I would be doing it at a tattoo shop. That may have prompted the question of whether or not I'd ever had tattoos. No, I do not have a tattoo. I'm going to take my pinky and come in there and just really punch that. Not that it needed it, but I can't help myself. I have said in the past, and this isn't because I have a problem with tattoos. I don't have a problem with tattoos. One of my favorite people here on YouTube is Mel Thompson, and she has tattoos all over her. So, you know, if I had a problem with tattoos, you know. I also used Sovereign Rains. See this purple? This is a beautiful purple. I'm going to take that with a Wayne Goss number 20. And I'm working it on the outside. Anyway, back to the tattoo stuff. So, the reason that I don't ever get a tattoo, And I have said in the past, if I ever did get one, it would be right back here, and it would say Property of Jesus. The reason that I don't get a tattoo is because I change like the wind. And I mean, seriously, I said in that live stream, and I'll tell you again, I will change my lipstick 5 different times today. I just like change too much. I like to switch things up too much. A tattoo is permanent. If I get a tattoo and then in 2 weeks I'm like, you know, can't do it. So it's too much of a commitment. Not that I have anything against it. Now I'm going to come into Brilliant Realm with my Refero 3, guys. I hope that you scored some of these. I don't know if they're still half off or not, but oh my gosh. This is a perfect brush. In the concept store, it was half off. And no, I don't make any money by plugging Refer. I just really like fantastic quality brushes. All right, next Leslie says, say to Siri, Scaramouche, and see what happens. I used to know something that you could say and she would like say the whole Bohemian Rhapsody song. Let's see. Scaramouche.
Will you do the fandango?
I would do the fandango if I knew how. That's pretty funny. Julie Chitty says, what eyeshadow are you wearing today? Oh, poor Julie. Somebody I remember reading, I think it might have been Sharon. Was it you, Sharon Hardy, who said, Mary, Julie's asking you, because poor thing, Julie asked me over and over and over, and I'm not seeing it at any given time. Then we were talking about songs that we didn't know what they meant. And one of them was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and Terry Irwin says LSD equals Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. LSD, Lucy Sky Diamonds. If you listen to the lyrics of that song, yeah, it kind of sounds like they're on an LSD trip, right? As if I'd know. And then Connie mentioned that song from the 80s. I know you guys know that one. About touching herself. What was that? The vinyls or the divinals or something like that, right? Yeah, that song. Wonder how in the world did they get by with playing this record? That song still makes me go. To this day. Next, Laura says, hey Mary, been here for a few years, not going anywhere. Love you for you, not your hair. Though I love it. Thank you so much, Laura, and big shout out and big hug to all the old school Fritzy family. You know, there's quite a few of you that have been here a long time. Terry Irwin also said, problem is, I'm so fair, talking about white hair. Problem is, I'm so fair, if I go white, all you'll be able to see are my blue eyes. Terry, that's what red lipstick's for. Serious, that's what color is for. You will have the advantage with white hair of being able to wear so many more colors than you ever did in your life and totally pull it off and get by with it. The last two I wanted to comment on, I kept together out of sequence because they kind of go in the same story, and I hinted to the fact that I would tell an Eddie Rabbit story because she brought up Eddie Rabbit and Cynthia Bechtel brought up Jerry Reed. And how she loved the song Amos Moses Was a Cajun. And I wanted to talk about the Eddie Rabbit story, and Jerry Reed is actually in that story too. I am going to go ahead and finish my eyes before moving on, and as usual I have my Milk eyeliner in Biz, and Biz is navy, but it looks kind of like it's black, but it has enough blue in it that it makes your eyes, the whites of your eyes, look a little bit better. I probably should try the black. I've heard it's very good. But I like their brown one too, so I'm sure that the black one is excellent. But, you know, I'm stuck on Biz and I keep buying Biz. Eddie Rabbit. Okay, well, back when I was, I don't think I was 15 yet, but I was definitely getting there. 13, 14 maybe. Not old enough to date, but definitely a teenager who thought I knew everything Back then, local radio stations would like put on picnics or little concerts, outdoor affairs that you would go to, and they would have multiple headlining acts that would perform there. And then I think they charged money. Definitely they didn't charge me any money because I was a kid. But for sure, my mom and dad didn't have to pay because they were friends with the DJ of our local country station. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was WIRE, maybe. I don't know for sure. They were friends with the disc jockey, so we got free tickets to go, and that also allowed us to get in early. So if you get in before anyone else, guess what? You've got front row seats. I mean, you're right there, as close as you can possibly get. That's where you are. Lucky ducks that we are. And the artists that I remember off the top of my head who were performing, and the reason that I remember this is because there were two things attached to that memory. The first one was Eddie Rabbitt. Eddie Rabbitt was a big deal back then. I can't even remember. I Like a Rainy Night. Was that one of his songs? He had a few there for a long time. He was pretty good looking too, I thought. But anyway, so Eddie Rabbitt was one of the big stars that was going to be there and caused this issue to happen. And Jerry Reed was also there. And that stuck out in my head because everybody got mad. Jerry Reed got mad and stomped off. Oh my gosh, and we were like, what? So on top of this thing that happened, Jerry Reed got mad and didn't perform. Because I'll tell you why. His drummer fell off the back of the stage. I asked my mom not too long ago about that. I was like, was his drummer drunk? How did his drummer fall off the back of the stage in the first place? But Jerry said, I'm not going to perform. My drummer is hurt. And the people were disgusting. They were upset with Jerry Reed and throwing things and everything else. I'm sure because they had been drinking by the point that he got on there. They had been drinking for quite some time. And they were just complete buttheads. Anyway, back to Eddie Rabbitt. Here's why I remember this so well. We had front row seats, of course, and everybody brought their own lawn chairs. I had one of these lawn chairs that was a chase chair. Is that what you call them? The kind that, like, you can put your whole body in and lay down with it. The ones that you used to lay down on and suntan. I had one of those. Since we were the first ones there, I got it set up and I had it set back so that I could be comfortable and see up on this stage and everything. I was just a kid, so of course I'm not drinking, but all the people around me are, including the little whore that's behind me. I don't know if she was or she wasn't. She looked like one. Seriously though, this is what caused this to happen. So I'm sitting there in my chair, everybody's in their chair, all the people around me, my family and their friends, because there was a group of people, not just my mom and dad, but a group of people they were all friends with, and they all went, everybody went, right? So there's lots of people there that know each other and are friends, and we're all hanging out at this picnic concert. But the people that are behind us, of course, our friends have the whole front of the stage area taken up because we got there first. So when you go to concerts, ask yourself if the people up front know somebody, because they probably do, in order to get those seats. This crowd is big and long. It was so big and long that my parents didn't want me to go off to the bathroom by myself. Now, I always thought that it was because they thought I would get lost in the crowd, but I don't think that was it. I think it was because something could have happened to me that wasn't so nice. The people that were behind me directly was this big, burly, like, biker guy and his girlfriend, who I've already said looked like a whore. And what I mean by that is she was dressed very scantily, very, like if she turned really quick wrong, I'm pretty sure her shirt would have just fell off. It was a tube top. And she had lots more raccoon going on than this. This is my new blush by them. It's called Pink Swoon. I wanted to see with a white brush how much it picked up. This is going to be really pretty, I think. Anyway, so she looked like she had been rode hard and put up wet, as my mother used to say. Everybody in the crowd was loud and unruly. But when they announced that Eddie Rabbit was coming on stage, the people behind me started pushing forward. They wanted to get closer. Obviously, they were there to see Eddie Rabbit. And my chair was preventing them from getting closer. And so they're pushing up against my chair. And I'm going more forward, to the point where the chair is practically closing on me. They just keep pushing forward. And I'm holding ground, right? I'm pushing back against it. And I'm not wanting to let them through at all. And it's really making the girl mad. So she's pushing up against me. I'm pushing back. She's pushing forward. I'm pushing back. And finally, then she takes a knife and sticks it in the back of my chair. And I mean, it just barely touched me. Didn't cut me, but it just barely touched me. And I looked down. It cut the lawn chair and went right back. And and I looked down and saw that it was a knife. And I get up and I throw the chair aside. I don't remember what it was exactly that I said, but I do remember the word that she really objected to was whore. And I said something about her being a dirty whore. And that's the first time I had ever been punched in the face. She got me in the jaw. And I told my mom and dad, she has a knife. She tried to stab me. And then all of the men folk got together and everyone was throwing punches and there was a big fight. And I remember people lifting me up and move me over in front of my mom. And I'm trying to talk to her and I'm hysterical. This is the only time I ever remember my mom actually hauled off and bam, smacked me so hard that I was like, I mean, she broke the hysterics. Anyway, that's my Eddie Rabbit story. You guys ever been involved in anything like that? I forgot that right before I went live, I took this. It's Fairy Tale Ending by Wet n Wild. And I did take just the smallest amount of this. And then I came in the corner and popped that down right there just to give it some glisten right there in the tear duct. And that is how I did that eye look. You know who else I really, really loved when I was growing up? Let's see if you guys have ever heard of Tom T. Hall. You guys ever heard of Tom T. Hall? Love Tom T. Hall. Okay, so this is the new lipstick that I got talked into buying. I've not even put it on yet. We're going to do that together. It is called number 608 Mehr, I think is how you say it. M-E-H-R. Let's put this on. I'm anxious. Oh, pretty. And she said, I hope you think of me every single time you use it. And I bet she thinks I don't remember her. I said I would, and her name is Jillian, not Gillian. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, then I'm going to do my hair. I will be right back. I'm going to have to get going because the light's coming in. It's that time of day where it's going to white out my hair completely. So I hope that you guys know and remember you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not having a blessed day, then just go out or be a blessing to someone else, and that will turn right around. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
And I'm gonna go ahead and prime my mouth with my Mick. But he's been working, so couldn't get it up. But yes, he can get it up. He wouldn't appreciate me saying he couldn't get it up. And see, I don't have one. And the reason isn't because... Let me just belch all over you. Ah. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Next, Leslie says, say to Siri, Scaramouche, Scaramouche. And see what happens. All right. Scaramouche, Scaramouche.
Will you do the fandango?
I will do the fandango. How do you do the fandango? I still think that song is the most... No! I'll get back to you. You know that song, right? When I think about you, I go buy makeup. Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to watch the thunder when it lights up the sky. No, I don't. No, I don't like rainy nights at all. I'm scared of them. I don't know why when I'm looking in the mirror I'm thinking, funny face, I love you. Funny face, I need you. That's not an Eddie Rabbit song. Drunk drummer. Say that really fast. Drummer, drunk, drunk, drunk. Drunk drummer, drunk drummer, drunk drummer, drunk, drunk drummer, drunk drummer. Sorry about the train. I hear that whistle blowing, coming down the tracks. These aren't the real words of this song I'm singing to you. And Sneaky Snake goes dancing, a wiggling and a hissing. Sneaky Snake goes dancing, a giggling and a kissing. I don't like old Sneaky Snake, he laughs too much, you see. When he goes wiggling through the grass, it tickles his underneath.